Technically, Germany came out of nowhere in that last video. They only have 2 spaceship parts to build, but I'm pretty sure it's really unlikely that they're going to be able to pull this out. I just don't think they have the production skill to be able to pump out these 2 final unique spaceship parts. Right now, the Ottomans are technically a part of the big 3, but it looks like they've been pretty distracted in all the wars that they've been kind of focusing in on, and I don't know. It's always possible. They have 29 cities. They could just really build 1 spaceship part after the other to win this game. They have 3 to go. I think clearly it's between Poland and Russia, and I know Russia is close, but Poland is being able to really produce so fast with over 1,000 hammers. It's insane. It's going to come down to the last turn. Let's see who wins this game. And we are going to zoom on through this one. Oh, wow. Arabia just declared war on Rome last second. Wow, Arabia. You just made peace with Egypt being a very, very sad story in this game. I think. I know that I was giving Egypt some slack in the beginning because I hated them, and I hated the fact that they wonder horde, and they just sat here, and they didn't really have any enemies that were too close to them. But damn, I have got to feel bad for Egypt. It's hard not to. They have gotten so many nukes when no other nation in this game has gotten nuked like that. I mean, Egypt had... Oh, wow. Oh, shit. Boom. Rome lost their first city in this entire game. They've been really good at defending themselves, but if you look at it, the Roman army is just non-existent. It's just non-existent. Compared to the Greek army, look at that. They could easily roll up all through the Italian peninsula. That could seriously happen in a blink in the blink of an eye. So that is something to remember. I mean, if this series went on for another maybe 10, 20 turns, Rome would be gone. I don't know if... Oh, and there it is. Well, that was a lot faster than we thought. Poland won with their last spaceship parts. I'm wondering how close Russia was, though. I'm wondering how close was Russia. I'm sure it would have been close. So, we have a lot of things to talk about. Let's go ahead and I guess look at the... Well, I mean, we have no thing. That's the lowest ranking I've ever had. If we don't succeed, we run the risk of failure. I've never seen that one before because I've never gotten this low of score. That's pretty fun. I'm glad that I got to see that for the first time. Okay, let's go ahead and click the replay. We've got a lot of things to talk about. I don't want to just end this. Good for Poland. My prediction came true. That's insane. I mean, they were my favorite to win. They were like who I wanted to win. I didn't think that they were gonna... I didn't think they had a super good chance of winning. I thought it was gonna be Babylon, but Poland was definitely one of them. Poland was a good one. So let's look at these graphs here. Let's look at a lot of these graphs. So we had... Who is this? Is that... Damn it! I hate that this does it like this. Is that... Oh, that's definitely Poland. Yeah. So we had Poland, and I believe it was the Ottomans just at number 1. Oh yeah, obviously, this is a score. Just taking off. And they've been just kind of going back and forth throughout this entire campaign. Then who else do we have? In terms of... I'm looking for... military might. Wow. Yeah, the Ottomans actually dipped kind of low. They did get into an aggressive war against Babylon. That took a lot of troops down. Because obviously Babylon is very good at defending themselves, but then they spiked back up, and you know, so did I think that's Greece. The Greeks did a very good job. At the very last second, we saw a massive Greek army that was about to completely take over the Italian peninsula. Well, that's let me check if there's anything else that I want to check. Population. Let's look what happened. Let's watch what happened to the Egyptian population as they just got completely nuked by the Ottomans. So the Polish win. The Polish leave Europe, stay safe, as the world completely is destroyed by the Ottomans. I mean, it didn't drop too low, but it did drop a significant amount. As you can see, that's not a super common thing, unless of course you get destroyed. But wow, this thing is complicated to read. We have the Ottomans, yeah, generating a whole bunch, but again, I'm sure the limit that they needed to be able to actually get any sort of technology was just way too high. So, big moment of truth here. Let's go ahead and press play and watch as this world plays out. There's too many things to... I'm just gonna let it play. There's way too many things to narrate here. I'm gonna let the game just go on. I guess I'll watch things to keep my eye out, but for the most part, I think I'll just, because if I try to slow this down and talk about every single thing that happens, then I guess we should just focus on Poland. Poland was off to a slower start. I was a little bit disappointed with them in the beginning, because they really had an opportunity of completely controlling modern-day Russia. Because, remember, Russia did a bad job, and I have to really revoke all the thoughts in the very beginning of what I had towards Catherine. I was so disappointed in Catherine. So disappointed. But she came down to the last second of winning this game. She really was there at the last second. Let's not forget that Poland also had the most dominant religion in this game. Judaism controlled over 70 cities within Europe. The second place person only had 30. So yeah, I mean, they had a lot. Wow. Look at this map. Jeez. I don't even know what to say. So exciting. There goes the fall of the Netherlands while England takes over Amsterdam. Not yet. Oh, I guess not yet. I think, yeah, that was a separate war. Wow, look at this map. That is crazy. This is a very, very nice... I could watch this for hours. For just hours. Spain got that just the last few... Destruction of Spain. Sad Spain. Nothing really visually happened with Egypt, the Egyptian area, although they got nuked, but I know that we saw, boom, Babylon get eaten up real quick by the Ottomans. Very, very quick here. I'm going to pause at the last turn. Very nice. I mean, not the prettiest of borders. Obviously, not the prettiest of borders, but things would have gotten really clean. Another 100 years from now, things would have gotten really clean. First of all, Rome would have gotten completely taken over. The Greek army was massive. Massive. I think eventually the Ottomans would have taken over all of Egypt. If Arabia decided to join in on the destruction, we might have seen them join in. I don't think the Ottomans and Arabia would have ever declared war on each other. This was always going to be kind of a clusterfuck. I was waiting to see what Sweden was going to do. I was really, really excited to see if Sweden and Elizabeth ever duked it out, because they were by far the strongest Western European nations in this world. Denmark got pushed out. I guess Germany was also very strong as well. But I always, kind of connected Germany, really focusing it in on their relations with Poland and Russia too much to really be worrying about the more Western Europeans. Portugal, got to say, just the survivors in this game. Absolute survivors in this game. They've been declared war. So many different coalition wars have been declared war on Maria, and she just managed to survive. Insane. Insane amount of effort. Celts, unbelievably disappointed. Gotta say, disappointed in the Celts. The Celts had an awesome opportunity, although at the end of the day, they did control Iceland, which is all we wanted. Oh, this turn is still processing. That's weird. Yeah, Celts unbelievably disappointed. This I really, really was hoping that the Celts would have. I wanted the Celts to take over the Scandinavian region. Remember that a lot of these coastal cities that Denmark took up weren't taken up until like a lot later in the game, because Sweden cockblocked them. So the Celts really had an awesome opportunity of grabbing this land over here, but they just didn't. And I gotta say, I'm very disappointed. And I'm very disappointed that they didn't declare war on Elizabeth. Elizabeth, on the other hand. Wow, I am so impressed, and so many people in the comment section. I know a lot of you guys are from the British Isles and stuff like that, and I know a lot of you guys were rooting for them because that's where you were from. But I didn't think that England was going to do this good. Who would have thought that England was going to do this good? I thought there was just way too many factors that was playing against Elizabeth and her odds here. But damn. She controlled a city. She almost controlled Lisbon. For a little bit, she was the closest person to being able to take over Portugal. And she was the only person that was really able to just bitch slap Maria. Constantly, Elizabeth was in the Atlantic Ocean and taking out Portuguese Navy units. And she was the only one that was really able to do it. Elizabeth was really, really impressive. And I think if you look on obviously not just the victory of things, not just victory and stuff like that, Elizabeth has done some really impressive things. If you look back at her timeline, she's done really, really impressive things. As for Denmark, hey, Denmark did a great job. He was unlucky. Harold was unlucky by Sweden cockblocked him. But you know what? Denmark made the best, colonized some regions, got more Scandinavian regions out here up in the coast. But at the end of the day, Germany was just so powerful. Germany was really powerful, and their unique units and their unique buildings was... unique ability was just too strong, and they got pushed out of this area, and they remained with only 4 cities. Sweden was very powerful as well. I got to give it up to Sweden. That was another civ that a lot of you guys voted for that really I was not prepared for. I was not prepared for Sweden to be this powerful at all. And he had a lot of nukes and a very big military at the very end there. It really helped that he took over a few... well, he went to war with Germany. There was a lot of Germanic wars from the Scandinavian civs. It really helped that he pushed down against Germany. I don't think he ever took any cities away, but he did take Utrecht, Rotterdam. He took over the poor city-states of Brussels, who were... Remember, this Brussels city-state controlled 3 cities at one point. 3. Yes, 3 cities Brussels controls. I wish they would have held on to that, but Elizabeth was just a little bit too powerful. I guess at the end of the day, most powerful city-state was Florence. The original prediction, Florence was the original most powerful city-state in the game. Portugal, like I said, unbelievably great game for Portugal just to survive. I know that they didn't really do that much. They colonized Northern Africa. They did push Carthage, and they really fucked up Carthage. And really, Carthage was never the same after the Portuguese-Carthaginian War of Northern Africa. They never were the same after that. And also, they got lucky, because Morocco really... I guess Morocco never wanted to declare war on Portugal. Morocco stayed very peaceful, kind of boring. At the end there, they did push against Spain, and they decided to make a foothold in the southern half of Iberia. But for the most part, pretty boring. They really had a good opportunity of doing a lot here. Spain, I gotta say, it was sad. It was sad. They controlled France. They pushed France out. They were able to weaken France enough so that England joined in, and kind of a lot of people joined in and really took over these cities. Besides that, sad to see Spain get completely butt raped like that at the very last second. Just completely butt raped. Germany did great. They colonized, and Germany really made the best of their weak position. They had a very weak position, and They made the best of that situation, just like Denmark did. They saw that there was a lot of open terrain over here, and they grabbed it. And they were one of the most powerful civs. Who would have guessed? Germany, right in the middle of all of this, were able to be as powerful as they were because they were able to colonize modern-day Russia and stay alive during wars. So many people declared war on them, and they're surrounded by so many different civs. They stayed alive. I gotta say, good for Germany. I'm really, really impressed by Germany. Poland, of course, they were our predicted civ. I won't say too much about Poland. Russia, I'm impressed that they made that late game expansion and they were able to really turn things around. A lot of wonders they built helped them out. They really were a very tall nation. They only had 7 cities, which is really, really low for this map. It's really, really low for a deity game. It's really, really low for Catherine. But they were able to make the best of the situation. I'm surprised that they didn't use any of their nukes because they have a lot of uranium. Greece did good as well. I'm surprised, honestly. I was really kind of just unfazed by Greece, kind of annoyed by Greece for a while there. They were just kind of annoying. I thought they made the borders look ugly. I wanted them to get destroyed. But you know what? I can't argue with this massive military. They had a massive military up and down for most of the game. They didn't do much in terms of war. They had a lot of opportunities to do more things during war, but they really didn't do much. Venice, wow. Venice, the fact they stay alive, I am impressed. I am very, 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 very impressed that they stayed alive. But you know what? The AI is unbelievably fucking stupid. They had a great merchant they had 2 great merchants. 3, 4. 4 motherfucking great merchants. What the fuck happened to the Venetian AI? When you have Florence, who controls 2 cities, Geneva, Milan, Prague, you could even go over here towards Sofia. What the fuck was Venice doing? Maybe they just wanted to survive, you know, because the more expansive they were going to be, more than likely they would have gotten taken out a lot earlier. But whatever. They survived. They had a lot of trade routes up. They probably provided a lot of money for Greece and Rome around them. Rome played good. They played defensive. I thought they were going to be way stronger than they were. I thought they were actually going to be able to take things away from Carthage, but they didn't. I thought they were actually going to have an impact on the war against Egypt. But at the end of the day, Greece was starting to wipe their ass. Carthage, I thought, was one of my favorites in the beginning, but, you know, Portugal just distracted them. They had a huge navy. They stayed alive. They managed to stay alive with 3 cities, which is good. And they were able to produce so many naval units to really kind of defend their empire, but it wasn't enough. It really wasn't enough. Finally, I guess the final few ones to talk about, Arabia, I mean, Arabia did good, but, you know, they never ended up going to war against the Ottomans. They missed their chance of going to war against the Ottomans in the very beginning. They did go to war with the Ottomans in the very beginning, but they didn't do enough with it. They had both Babylon and Arabia, and themselves on their side. They both had pretty big militaries, but they didn't push hard enough. And because of that, the Ottomans took over. And the Ottomans took over Babylon. Babylon fell. Arabia joined in. Arabia did a lot of the work, and I don't think the Ottomans would have been able to take over the capital of Babylon if it wasn't for the Arabian troops to help them out. So that's why I kind of started rooting for Arabia, because I felt bad for them. They did manage to take at least one city, so it was about time from Egypt, so that's good. Egypt, on the other hand, gotta say, at the end of the day, sad story. Sad story. I was really rooting against Egypt because I hate them, kind of, but damn, I felt bad. They had 5 cities nuked. They were one of the most populated empires in the world, and they got destroyed. There were 6 nuclear activities that happened within this world, 5 of them which were within Egypt. The other one was here, this former Babylonian city, but they cleaned up the fallout pretty good, although there's a little bit left in the mountains. Ottomans, unbelievably impressive. Finally, the Ottomans, unbelievably impressive, unbelievably expansive. It just shows you that the more expansive you are, the better the Civ will be. So that's something to kind of take note of in the next playthrough. I guess the next AI watch is, if an AI starts to be extremely expansive, you can kind of think that that might be a favorite. The Ottomans got lucky, though. Because of their region, they were very defensive. They had a very defensive location, where Greece, the only person that could really kind of cause an impact after they were being aggressive, and after a lot of people were pissed off that the Ottomans were just completely ravaging this world out here, just outside of Europe. A lot of people were pissed off, but they were too afraid. And the only person to be able to do something, Greece and Arabia, well, Arabia had something to do. Arabia was just too scared. Or I think they were just too scared. Greece didn't have a good opportunity of making a landing and go. This is really rough terrain to fight in. So, yep, at the end of the day, Poland won. I'm surprised. I'm really shocked that I was able to predict that. I will definitely continue with another AI-only battle. I have quite a few ideas. Let me know in the comment section below if you have a specific idea that you would like to watch. I do have quite a few ideas. I mean, there's obviously a natural one that, would be the natural progression of where I take this one. But there's also one would be really exciting, that I think that they'd be a little bit different, a lot different from this one, but it would be, I think, pretty exciting, and it would get a nice little community very interested in it as well. So anyways, guys, I really love that you enjoyed this series. I had such a fun time playing this, and that's why I guess not even playing this, watching this with you guys, and getting feedback and trying to incorporate that, and I hope to do that even more within the next series, is reading your comments and continuing to kind of build on the lore that you guys do. You know what I mean? I love the lore that you guys created within this, and it just made things so much more exciting, and I thank you guys so much for watching this series. I will be back very soon with another AI-only battle. Thank you so much for watching this series. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.